Okay, welcome back to Wonton tutorial or video or essay. And here's the dough. It rested 20 minutes. So what you're going to do is you're going to put it down onto a floured board. You're going to press it out. It's going to be a little bit sticky, so just press it out. But it's going to be nice and pliable. And we're going to get a handy dandy knife because we want to work this in batches. Because I only got so much cutting board space. So cut it in half. Cut it again in half. So we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Cover the other pieces up so they don't dry off. Set them aside. Okay. So the deal with making wontons is you always want to make them flat as possible. So let's get our handy dandy something. Ah, there it is. Wrong drawer. Rolling pin out. We're gonna roll this sucker. And if you have to sprinkle a little bit of flour on the board, go for it. If it sticks, so just keep on rolling it out. And the thing is, oh yeah, let's not forget. Get a bowl. Oh, that bowl has something in it that has rice in it. Get another bowl. Take a little bit of the cornmeal out. Make a little bit of just pour a little bit in there. And then when we're done making each round, we just whip right in. Dredge it, stack it, dredge it, stack it. Okay. So actually, let me turn there we go. So this is getting bigger. Just keep on rolling it out. Now the neat thing here is, okay, I use a cookie cutter. Wontons are square. They don't have to be square. We need a plate. Don't forget a plate. Okay, now we have a plate. Voila! Sprinkle the bottom of the plate with corn flour, meal. And after you make a round, let's say you make several of them. Let's see, get 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so pull the dough up. Now the trick with the wontons is you want them as thin as possible. We got some extra dough here. You want these thin. Well, right now one just decided to commit suicide, so we got 3 left. So let's hope that one doesn't hit the floor. Okay, so put this down. Roll it out even thinner. And you have to add a little bit of flour. Now they don't have to be perfectly round or perfectly anything, because basically you're going to just put the filling in and you're going to close it and then you're going to put it in boiling water. Now a lot of wonton and other types of package like dim sum, they want you to cook the meat. They want you to put the raw meat inside. Well, I really don't like doing that. So what I usually do is I cook the meat up separately, stick it in, and then cook it. That way I know it's absolutely cooked. But if you want to do it raw, the raw way, that's okay too. It's your own, when you're making it, it's your own dish. Okay, so we have, now if you want, okay, you can either leave it like this, like it is, or if you want, you can hit it with the cookie cutter again. So that way you have a nice circle. Because wontons you want as thin as possible. So either way, what you do, okay, now we have a really nice thin one. Take it over here. Here's your cornstarch. Pat it into the cornmeal. And if it sticks really good, that's okay. You want it to stick, because you don't want these things to stick together. Okay, so let's put that there. Let's make another one. Again, you don't have to do it the way I'm doing it. You can just roll these out as is, and they'll work just fine. But if you want them all nice and perfectly shaped, then you can use the cookie cutter on them. And when you're rolling them out, try to get the wrinkles out before you roll them. Okay, let's do another one. And basically, just keep doing this with all the dough until you have a really good stack of them. Okay, there's another one. Add it into the, and if you want, you can even sprinkle a little bit between them. Because really, you really want these, the cornstarch will dissipate when you cook them. You're not going to taste cornstarch, you're going to taste wonton. Okay, let's do the other one. And this method makes a lot of them. When you think about it, a wonton is basically like almost like a noodle, a big huge noodle, a flat noodle. But wontons you can deep fry and they become really crispy. Like if you wanted to, I would have it like maybe episode. I'm gonna do cream cheese and crab or shrimp is really good. And what you do is the circle, think of the little circle you're making as a smiley face, and without the eyes, of course. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make the smiley face open like a U shape, and that's where you put the filling, and then you fold it over. So again, make sure these things are extra thin and extra cornstarch, because they will. So get your dough out again. Here we go again. Now let's say, oh my God, you made this whole thing and you got, holy crap, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Freeze them. Freeze these. Wrap them in wax paper, wrap them in foil, mark the bag so you can tell which dough is which so you don't get the dough confused. Put a date on it. And you want fresh wontons for dinner. Let this thaw for an hour until it has the consistency like it is right now, soft and pliable. And voila, you have wontons again. And I'm sure once you have wontons one time, you're going to have wontons again. And there's lots of things you can do with wontons. You can deep fry them. You can put them in soup. So it's just the possibility. You can actually just make them, just deep fry them as is, and they're really crispy. Some restaurants just serve them. So again, you don't have to have the dough thin. Just cut out your circles. Try not to drop them on the floor. Put that back in the lid back on. And okay, because if you were to put these in just like this thickness, oh, they would not turn out good. Okay, so again, you don't have to do this. You can, well, roll them out as thin as possible. And again, you can leave them this size. If you want big wontons, great. So you would actually pick this up now, as is, dip it in the corn flour, and stack it. But I want mine super thin, because the thinner these are, when you cook them, the better they taste. And if you need to put a little flour on your cutting board because it's sticking, go ahead. So I think this is about it. Have fun making them, and I will probably be back a little bit and I'll show you how to cook them. Okay, doodles!